what it looks like when God is trying to do something new in you and he's separating you from your friends is he will literally take away your money. So now your money is acting funny. You know that thing.
Yeah.
So now you don't have money anymore because now you can't go out. And then you're thinking, maybe it's something that I'm doing wrong at work. Maybe I need to hustle harder. No, it's God is literally draining your finances so you don't go out with that group of friends.
Right.
But when are you forcing things? Remember, you're forcing to go out. You're asking people for money. You're borrowing money from your friends. You're even telling your friends, hey friend, I can't come out today. Please, can you borrow me some money? Now you are forced, stacking up loans. Yeah, you are forced. You're busy borrowing money and whatever. Next thing you know, God takes your car. Now you're like, first my money is acting funny. Now I don't have a car. But now you still don't get it. Remember, God is still trying to talk to you. First, God speaks to us in whispers, and then he starts to scream. Then you don't have a car. Then next thing you know, you stop getting invitations. But now because you're forcing things, and God is like, hey, I'm trying to say, don't go there. Do not hang out with those people. And because remember, when you don't know what people have been saying behind your back, and I found this has happened a lot to us. Well, not a lot, but I have had instances where, I don't know if you remember this. Let me give you an example. I remember way back in the day, there was like it was like one or two girls that we used to hang out with, and mom couldn't stand them at all. And she would tell us all the time, hey, I don't like these girls. Like, stop hanging out with them. Oh my gosh, stop hanging out with them.
She was right. Moms are always right.
They're always right and they always know. And then this one time we went out and so me and you were in it. We had cars. They didn't even have cars and we had jobs. So we were the ones who were driving around and we were the ones paying all the bills. And the one time they had gone, we had stopped at like a petrol station and they went in to use the toilet.
Right.
But then I decided that, hey, I want to also go use the toilet. But as I was actually walking to go use the toilet, there was a vent, like an air vent.
Right.
And I could hear them speaking about us
I remember the story.
in the bathroom. And I just couldn't believe it. I was like, what the hell? Like, how do people firstly, you trust them. And then secondly, you're paying the bills, you're driving the car, you're pouring your own petrol, and then they go and they say these nasty things about you behind your back.
Yeah.
I think that was one of the times where I really felt betrayed, like the most. That was very, very painful.
By a friend.
But then again, we go back to wise counsel. Mom obviously was older than us. She had life experience and she could see the traits of a snake. You know what I mean? She could see a snake coming in the grass far away, but we don't want to listen. And they're telling us, don't do this, but you don't take heed. And I also just want to give caution. And I think even for us also as well. And, Widi and Langa, our nephews and our nieces. And you really have to watch the company that you keep.
Right.
When you are anointed, and you're anointed, because people were even DMing me like, Ntando, how do I know I have a gift? How do I know God is calling me? You know it. You know it in your spirit. Like when you're alone, you just have this thing in you that you can even look at other people and be like, actually, I can sing better than this person. Why can't I actually want to sing. Or you think to yourself, there's something more inside of me. So it's just that little whisper, and that's how you know that you've been called. So you have to watch the company you keep. I mean, simple things like self-control. If your friends can't control their sex drives, they want to have sex all the time with random people, they want to drink, they want to gamble. That's not the kind of company that you want to keep. Because remember, all of that stuff comes with spirits. So you may not be doing those things. So you may say, but Ntando, I don't gamble. I don't have random sex with strangers. I don't go to strip clubs. I don't go to the clubs all the time or whatever, or the casinos. It's like, yeah, but you don't go there, but you are actually hanging around those people that do. And demons need a host, right?
Yes. Demons
need a host to thrive. So they may go there, collect all the demons that they have, and then come to you because you're hanging out with them, and that stuff can actually transfer onto you. So I just a little bit of caution there,
And we're only saying this because we've been through it. It's not like we're not better than anybody. We're just saying, just watch the kind of company you keep, because it is important. Especially when you're anointed or gifted, right?
Yes. And remember, you are judged by your company. I mean, I've had horror stories where I went to an event and I invited a friend. and the friend humiliated me, but like thoroughly, like humiliated me to the point where I couldn't even face the people. Like it felt like I was the one who had done it, you know. And that's when I started to realize that I need to stop making excuses for my friends, and stop hanging around people that have a bad behavior, because you actually get painted with the same brush. And you're right. I mean, I've thrown some randellas in the strip club way back in the day. Like, I mean, we've been to places before, and not unknowingly, you know. So this is just the stuff where, like, I've lost appetite for that. That's not the life that God wants for me. And if you are listening and you are watching, just take heed. Like, just be a little bit more careful. You know, be careful where you even spend your money. You don't want to spend your money in a place like that. You know.
Right. What about work and career?
I think work and career. I mean, recently there's been these what do you call it? These commentary videos about being blackballed, about being blacklisted. Even here in South Africa, we hear those words a lot. And I'm using the entertainment industry because it's the industry that we're in.
As an example.
But of course, if you're in the corporate world, there's maybe another word for being blackballed or blacklisted. But I do find that it is true. Like, a lot of people always ask, is it true that people get blackballed? Is it true that people get blacklisted? Yes, it's true. There are gatekeepers. There are people who will intentionally reject you because they feel like you may be better than them, or they want that space for somebody that they know, or they feel like you're not worthy of that space. They feel like, who do you think you are to come here and cast for this role? Or who do you think you are to think that you can get the status from this opportunity that we give you?
Or even people that get blackballed or blacklisted because they stand up for maybe treatment that they can see isn't right.
Oh, yes.
You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
That's a kind of strong rejection. I mean, we've seen it even here in South Africa. I just can't think of the actress right now in my head that has allegedly been blackballed as well because of something that she spoke about at work, but she got rejected because of that. You get what I'm saying?
And I think rejection in that form comes with that gang mentality. There's a word for it, like is it vigilantism, where it's like one person will come up against somebody who's standing up for what is right, and they have this whole mob mentality, and they don't even know what's going on, and then they mob the innocent person, saying, yeah, she talks too much, she needs to watch her mouth. Yeah. Those people would never do something like that. And meanwhile, they actually don't even know the full story. So we have to be careful as to how we actually perceive people who are actually doing the Lord's work, standing up for each other, and standing up for our rights. And also, even what you were speaking about earlier on, that I feel like, especially in the entertainment industry specifically, because there's so much darkness sometimes, you know, and we need the light. And as soon as the light starts peeking in and it starts shining brighter, the darkness just tries to fight so much harder. Right. But I found that in our instance, we've been protected so much. So those people who do guest lists and they feel like you're not good enough to be on the guest list, or they're not going to put you on the guest list, if you're listening, and I see it a lot, especially with influencers, they've got this hierarchy. They feel like certain types of influencers will get invited to certain events and other influencers don't. And especially if maybe certain influencers look a certain way, maybe they're light-skinned, they're taller, they're skinnier, and they get all the invitations. And then you get the bigger girls who feel like they get sidelined or rejected because maybe they're bigger, they're a bit darker, they're shorter, and they don't get the love. We call it the love because it's not really love. They don't get the love of the guest list. Right. And I just want to speak to those young women because that is protection. Because you don't know why God is not putting you on that guest list. In my life, there's no such thing as a gatekeeper. The only gatekeeper in my life is God. Right. God knows what's good for me. God will always provide for me what I need. He knows how to give me what is mine. And whatever is mine will never pass me.
It has your name on it.
It's got my name on it. Nobody can snatch it from me. So if you're listening, I want to tell you, if you're not on that guest list, it's okay. There are other guest lists that have your name on it you're going to be getting paid the money that you want to be getting paid, and you're going to be surrounded by people that love you, people that care for you, and people that want to see you grow, and people that actually want to see you like living at your ultimate life, if that makes sense.
Right.
So don't worry about being on guest lists. It's okay. You're on God's guest list. God sees what they do behind your back. God sees when they speak about you, when they make fun of your weight, when they make fun of the way you look. It's fine. It's okay. God is protecting you. Uzoba right. You don't belong there. In fact, you don't belong there. You belong in better spaces.
That's so true.
So that's and so that goes back to what you were saying in the beginning. Sometimes the rejection is protection.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I know there's some people who are literally thriving now in positions that they were once rejected from.
That's powerful.
Like, it's so powerful.
That's powerful.
I have a story about Dad. I don't know if Dad has ever told you the story, but he once almost got arrested in, he once almost got arrested. Dun, dun, dun. Let me complete.
So I'm not, well, I'm shocked, but I'm not shocked.
Yeah, no. But listen to the story. So this is back in apartheid, right? So obviously, remember they had
Pass.
the pass laws. So he was almost arrested in an area that he was not allowed in, right? That he shouldn't have been in, right? But then he ended up buying a property in that area. Imagine.
Oh,
so
wow.
Has Dad ever told you that story?
No, but you and Dad, you talk a lot more than me and Dad speak, I think.
Yeah, I just think we've got the same kind of vibe.
Yeah, I think me and Mom tend to be closer together.
Right.
Yeah.
So how powerful is that story?
Yeah.
Being rejected from an area, being removed, forcefully removed and almost arrested.
Yeah.
Because you are not allowed there, in inverted commas.
Wow. No, I don't know that story. Do you know where?
It's where home is.
Oh, no. You're lying.
I'm telling you the truth.
No.
Yes.
No way,
So they rejected him from this area, but God said, not on my watch.
You belong here.
This is where you belong.
No way. I've never heard the story before.
Yeah, that's a dope story that Dad told me.
Okay. So that's actually, so that's rejected for promotion.
For promotion.
Yeah, so that is a rejection for promotion.
Right.